Hey guys, it's Big Sexy with Big Sexy Outdoors. If you guys are looking for your bucks to be big and sexy like me, I recommend you go out and get yourself some Big Sexy by Domain. This product is filled with radish, turnips, and kale, and other vegetation to keep the deer coming back all season long. Go out to your local Tractor Supply and purchase some today. Big Sexy by Domain.
Hey. What's up, Chris?
Oh, keeping busy. Been too hot to do anything.
Dude, it is hot, ain't it? Big Sexy's live from Temperance, Michigan. So I'm out on a work trip. What's that? Once again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't mind doing it. I like being able to, reach out and help. So I'm good with that. Sorry, I was trying to watch. I know there's always comments coming up.
You can't read, so it don't matter.
Goodwill Hunter. Hey, Benny.
See, he's out, like I said, he's out at a hotel, so he's going to have a extra special internet connection. It's going to be like SquatchNet, but since it's in Michigan, it's what would it be for Michigan?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Gaynet.
I know better, Chris. I know better than to touch any technology, so I apologize. Yeah. It's completely.
You have it running. Bad. Keep your hands off it. Stop touching.
All right. Deal.
All right.
So why don't you tell everybody about a little stuff we're going to start doing?
Speaking of little stuff, how's your peanut? So what we're going to be doing is on the weeks that we don't have guests, we're going to be pulling up news, stories about the outdoors, hunting, fishing, and so on, that we feel would be impactful, something that would actually make a difference. And of course, there's going to be some funny junk too. Speaking of that,
I'd like to add that if something maybe we haven't questioned or admire your opinion.
I was going to get there, yep.
Yeah, or something we might think is stupid or ridiculous, but a comment say it's cool, something like that.
Well, yeah, we encourage the interaction with it because the things we're going to talk about, some of them are going to get heated. That's fine. I would hope it does. Otherwise, everybody agrees, and that's kind of boring. But the main goal is we're not just sitting here BSing. We want to bring you something that we feel is important to you. And if you have anything out there that we may not know about, that you like and that you think is important that we should be discussing, bring it up to us, man.
A topic, definitely like a topic, any kind of topic, or maybe a story that you've seen or a discussion you would love to get chimed in on.
You're all on. Look, you were just in a room with like 16 guys. I get why you're turned on.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, anything that kind of gets you, our goal is in this whole thing is we want to get more viewers involved.
Right.
At one point we had 75 viewers going live and we were ecstatic, but they weren't involved. And we want you involved. We want you to participate, ask questions, comments, concerns. Heck, if you get really heated and want to get on, jump on. We'll go live. I don't care. I ain't scared.
Yep.
And that's kind of the goal of it.
What made me suggest this one, because I said something to Ben the other day about doing this. We'll try to prepare a few different articles each week. Was when we were, again, when I was up in New York with Brandon, when I saw that stupid law that's $350 just to buy ammo. Like, first they have to do a background check, and then you have to pay $3.50 anyway, even if you don't pass. And they're using it because they're going to use that to fund the police instead of regular state funds. And these kind of laws, these things that people may not know about, is what I wanted to bring to people's attention. Go ahead.
So, Chris, tell us more about that law. I know you brought a little bit to me, but let's just do it. Bring that out. What you were in New York, and this is what.
Sure. Yeah. Apparently, and I didn't know any of this, is that you have to get background checks just to buy ammo. In fact, they're starting to roll it out now within the next couple of weeks, and they're not even ready yet. They don't have the website up that you're supposed to go online and do all these background checks on. It used to be you'd go, you know how when we do our background checks, we go through our gun dealer, FFL
Right.
dealer, however they want to say it. Well, now it's going to be through the state police up there. So it adds a whole layer of complexity that's not really needed. Now, again, here in PA, we don't have to worry about that. You want to buy ammo, you go and you buy it and go on about your day.
Well, listen, I was going to say we say that, but that's for now.
And the only way we're going to actually keep any of these kind of rights is if you stand up and push against it. If you're not willing to stand up and fight for what you want, you're going to lose it. You know? Who was it? Aaron Tippin? You got to stand for something.
I agree. Those are great words by him. You know, the reality of this is, so you're going to give $3.50 for an ammo background check, which, Chris, I'm going to ask it because I know my opinion and I'll give mine, but tell me, how do you feel about it?
I think it's I think it's retarded. It is. If I want to go and buy a box, if I want to go in and buy a box of 12 gauge, why am I paying $25 for the 12 gauge, which you know is taxed straight to hell? And then I got to pay another $3.50. Now I don't, but up there they have to pay another $3.50 tax just for the privilege to buy ammo. The U.S. Constitution is my privilege to buy ammo.
Amen. Amen to that. And here's the other thing, Chris. So what they're going to do is they're going to keep track of all this ammo you buy and everything you're doing, right? So once again, the guy who's legal and doing everything by the book will be the guy screwed.
Yeah.
That's my problem with the whole thing. I don't mind helping the state police. I don't mind helping anybody out because, you know, those guys protect us and do what they do. My issue is that now the good guy, the legal guy, the guy that does it right is going to be the guy screwed once again. Because too many people forget that the guy going to shoot you 9 out of 10 is the guy that doesn't have his gun registered or his ammo registered. That's the guy going to rob your convenience store 9 out of 10. Look at statistics. It's not the guy with a hunting license. It's not the guy who goes to the range to shoot with his family for fun. We take the laws and we bend them and we put everybody at risk because they're good people and follow the rules. That's horse crap.
Yeah.
Absolute horse crap.
It absolutely is. Yeah. And this is the thing. And it's not like it's coming. It's already done up there. They've already passed it. It's going into effect in a couple of weeks, he said. I was hoping he was going to be on to tell us more about it, but because he just told me he went out and bought a metric ton of ammo because you want to get it before you got to pay this tax.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If you figure at $3.50, Chris, you're buying every 3 boxes of shells, you're buying another box of shells.
Exactly.
So, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, I would think that that's genius on his part. That's just me, but I'm
actually going to write that down. You said Brandon was a genius. Let me put that in official big.
Well, don't make it a ringtone or anything, but I mean, in the sense of making the decision to, you know, I'm a big money saver, so
no.
Yeah, so I'm definitely in on saving $1 anywhere possible, and anything that you can do to save $1, I think is genius as long as it makes sense.
Yeah,
Mike, I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, Mike. I can't read a whole lot of the comments, but for some reason with my bifocals, I could read that one.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I mean that's a subject that here I don't want that to happen in PA. That's not something I want to see happen.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I don't want it anywhere near here. And I think it'll be time when people have to stand up and do whatever it takes to get rid of these people that are pushing these stupid laws. It's time.
My question is to the viewers, are you going to have the balls when the time comes right? And I said it. I said have the balls. Are you going to have the balls when the time comes right to stand up for what we all believe in and don't believe in?
And wait until you see what we get to later today.
So, for me, I think it's as simple as that, in my opinion, Chris. Do you have any more to add to that?
No. I mean, that's pretty much all we can say on it because, well, we don't know a ton because we're not from there. But if they try to push that in here, we got to fight against that big time.
Yeah, I was hoping Brandon get on to touch base on that a little bit, but he didn't, and we got with it with the info we have on it at this time. And we'll go from there.
All right. Now let me ask you something. You've known me for what? How old are you?
Gonna be 44.
So you've known me for about 44 years.
Yeah, way to make me say that out loud where
Dude,
everybody can hear it.
I'm 48. I don't care. I'm still pretty. It's all that matters.
All right. You got me.
Yeah, see? That's all. But listen, am I stupid?
You might be crazy, dumb, and stupid, Chris, but you're not all three.
But I'm not all three, right?
Right.
Are you stupid?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Let's say you now I've seen these things in the wild. I've had some of these things crash and tear down trees within 30 yards of me. Oh Jesus. Yeah, PA's literally voted for a mentally ill handicapped person to be their friggin' senator. Okay? Straighten up, PA. Straighten up. I know Oz was a pile of monkey stuff, but he's better than brain dead.
Wait, what? We voted Joe Biden president, and didn't we at that point already?
What's this we shit?
I'm not saying we, but the American people won. I mean, whether it was me and you, it was still the American people. Put a handicapped poop in his pants.
Literally, he did that.
I know, orange faced, old senile president.
That's why I'm going to be president. 2024, Seabreeze.
Yep. Vote Big Sexy for president.
Coming with BSO Radio 97.325 FM.
Yes, sir. Vote BSO president. You get all of us when you get that. But yeah, no, I agree with you, dude. It's weird.
Yeah. Now, okay, speaking of us being stupid, I have never in my life thought, hey, there's a giant bear standing there. I think it's going to be my pet. Have you ever thought that?
I had a girlfriend one time I thought that with.
Well, her name was Bear.
Yeah, well, yeah, we nicknamed her Bear. So
and
yeah,
and she was hairy. But that's
she's pretty hairy. Yeah.
But there was a guy. There was a guy in Lake Harmony, PA, who decided that he was going to try to befriend a black bear.
Yeah, this is a video, Chris.
Come on, Mike. Come on.
I got it.
Did I get it?
I got a video.
Thank you.
Hey!
Mike, hey, no, Mike.
He tells it. No.
Just move. Just
Mike, don't move. Mike, no, go that way. Holy shit, that son of a bitch. Did he die? Oh my God. You are right.
Now, again, I understand the need to get it out of there, but you open the gate and you get out of the way. And you see, it was doing a false charge right here.
Okay, I gotta chime in there sooner, right? So, what does that say?
Timmy Treadwell's dad said he would never be anything. Timmy proved him wrong.
Right.
Yeah, this guy, I tell you.
Okay, so Mike Nye, your opinion in this? Okay, so I love people interaction. Your opinion is this guy's an idiot. So I'm going to state my obvious in this whole video, right? So, Chris, can you go back to the beginning of the video? So watch right here. Stop. If you look, this guy is literally 2 foot from this bear.
Yep.
Maybe 3, right?
And
so
it's looking at him.
Yeah, at what point does, and I'm not saying the guy's an idiot. Maybe the guy has balls and he's just way bigger ones than mine. I don't know. Here's what I do know. The bear is 3 to 4 feet from him. And this guy is walking this bear out like he's talking to his dog. Now, I can't comprehend where any of that was support, no matter how big your goannas are. I can't comprehend why at any point when that bear struck him at the gate, he was like, oh, that SOB, look what he did. No, dude, I love wildlife. Bears are one of my favorite creatures. But what did you think was going to happen? Did you think the bear was going to hug you or slap you 5 on the way out the door?
And
like,
it only took a second.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's like, no. You seen the bear, right? The bear was like, oh man, that guy's tough. I ain't doing nothing to him. No, the bear was like, buddy, who do you think you're talking to?
And this guy here trying to pretend like he's going to do something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it. I'm not making fun of people, whatever, but I just can't. If that bear did what that bear could have did tough guy yelling at it and the guy standing there trying to get his buddy out of the way, we're not going to win this.
Nope.
This was not winnable. You were losing. So what that bear did was basically just give you a little reminder he's still in charge.
Yeah. And that little fence, you think that little fence is going to stop a 200-300 pound black bear? It'll laugh at that and eat through it.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, Chris, without a doubt. I mean, in my opinion, what these guys should have done is call the game commission, right? Got in your camper, kept an eye on it. I'm not saying maybe even stayed outside and just stayed far away so you could let them know where it was or what was going on. I can't comprehend the thought process.
Yeah. Now,
I can't understand it.
I can understand it a little bit in that he wants to get it away because you see it's a family gathering. There's a bunch of people, right? This guy had the right idea. He got the hell out of there. Good on him. But he wanted to get it away from the other people. So I get it.
Absolutely.
But once you open that gate, that's your cue to take your big ass, jump over this barrier right here, and get out the way.
But
when the bear runs through it, come back and shut it.
The problem is, though, Chris, at any point in that 3 to 4 foot gap, that bear could have turned around, swiped him down, and then took out everybody else in the family.
Just like this. Yeah, this bear is not giving him a high five, a snuggle.
That bear didn't even try. If you watch, that bear love tapped him.
Exactly.
If that bear wanted to do anything to him, it would have shredded. Then if you read the comments, comments go both ways. Comment says, well, that guy's an idiot. Comment says, well, the bear should be put down. Are you kidding me right now? It's a wild animal. Yeah, I didn't know this was going to happen. I mean, you standing that close, yelling scolding the bear.
Yeah,
was not going to be like that. Bear at any point in life is not going to be like, okay, man, thanks for talking to me.
No, yeah. At this point, that bear was just saying, fella, I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to let you live. And he walks off.
Yeah, it was just like, I agree 100%. I agree 110. That's what that bear was like. That bear was like, hey, just letting you know I'm here yet. Don't think you won this.
And then he goes back and kicks the crap out of his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lost. Like, and now he lifts his shirt up. That SOB. I mean, you had to know that was going to happen. It's not the bear's fault. The bear is a wild animal. That's like me going rattlesnake hunting with Bob Chase and getting bit by a rattlesnake. That's a chance I took the moment I got in there with rattlesnakes.
Well, again, I don't go swimming in the ocean because I don't want my butt chewed off by a shark. Because I know they live there. That's their house.
So, yeah, I agree. I agree. So if it's rut season and I put doe pee all over me and a set of horns on my head and a brown coat and a buck knocks me down and beats the tar out of me, are you telling me that's the buck's fault?
Wait a minute. So I should not have invested in the doe pee cologne?
No. I was
gonna spritz it in.
Well, I mean, I'll still wear it, but you're gonna have to be hunting close. I'm not scared to wear it. I'm just scared what happens if you miss. So as long as you can promise to hit it, I'll wear it. But I mean, just think of the reality of that video. Again, do I think the guy has a set of cojones? Yeah. Do I think what he did is probably not the smartest thing in the universe? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the fact that anybody would comment to put the bear down, Chris, just annoys me.
Yeah. If the bear was rabid and you could see that it was something wrong with it, I'd be more inclined. But this was a bear just going about its day. It doesn't understand that this is their party spot. All it knows is it wanted to walk through that area, and then you came up in its face and were yelling at it.
Oh, absolutely. I heard you say Mike said something, Chris. I don't want to interrupt. What
No.
was?
He said he's lucky his guts are not hanging out, and that's true.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, Mike, you're watching the show here. You're involved with us. What's your thoughts on what happened here? We'll give you a second.
He said the guy's an idiot. Yeah.
So, well, I realize the guy's an idiot, but what? I guess my question to you, Mike, is what would you have done different?
There you go. That's a good way to say it.
What would you have done differently, in that scenario?
That's what I was thinking too. That it was coming there because it smelled whatever they were cooking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and then they.
Did we figure out who Goodwill Hunter is?
Not yet.
They called me Benny. That's your sister Tracy.
You think?
Yep.
It's peanut butter and jelly. That's all I know. Peanut butter jelly time. Anyway.
Peanut butter jelly. Sorry.
So yeah, that's what we had about that one, and absolutely, I don't think it was the bear's fault. It was just an animal doing what an animal's going to do. Again, would a severe injury have been? Nope, but blonde. See, you're getting closer.
Nice try, but blonde, yes.
It says nope, but I know you can't read because you're a vegetable, so I figure I'll help you.
Dude, listen, that really freaks me out because they called me Benny, so they know me. Somebody related to us, no doubt.
Benjamina Serafina Liquida. But yeah, that bear, even if it would have mauled somebody, that death would have been tragic. But I don't think it would have been the bear's fault because that guy was up in its face. He did not know how to handle a bear in the encounter.
Agree completely. If the bear was in the campground shredding stuff and then mauled somebody, that's 100% the bear. You put him down, get him out of there.
Yeah, something's wrong.
I mean, so one thing I did read in that article that I want to point out before we move to something else was, I read in that article that it stated the Pennsylvania Game Commission says a fed bear is a dead bear. So I really was, I don't want to say dumbfounded by it, but I took it wrong and good at the same time. So I understood the theory behind it. So if you're one of those people out there feeding bear and you're basically enabling the bear to be around you. Mm-hmm. You're allowing the bear in your presence, your campground presence, your house presence, whatever, however you want to word it. So if you're purposely baiting a bear, I understand the slogan, a fed bear is a dead bear. However, if you're doing the bears in your area and you do what that guy did, that should not be a fed bear is a dead bear. The bear came wandering in the area looking for food. It's a campsite. There's food there all the time. I mean, what do you want to do? That's just the way it is. And that stuff happens all the time. So then I want to point out that is not the bear's fault. And I think that it needs to be handled differently, whether it be tranquilized, trapped, removed, however. But I think the answer, a fed bear is a dead bear, should not apply in that situation.
Right.
Again, just mine. So I just wanted to end with that. I didn't want to just pass on because I did read that in the article, and I really, I'm a huge fan of black bear, and just seeing them in the wild, I think is awesome. So I just wanted to throw out that, use your brain with this and don't give them a reason to kill them.
Right.
So, Chris, that was another subject that I sent you.
Well, there's quite a few that we're doing.
Yeah, there was one I sent you, and one of them I sent you was, if you read where we started in the article, it says BLM against, Chris, how did you word it? BLM against?
Takes away hunting land.
Right. So the subject is that the Biden administration has made the attempt to take away outdoor activities through schools. Now, when I say that,
no, this is different. That's different. We're going to talk about that one later.
Okay, go ahead. You move on. Then I thought you were pulling that one next.
No. You're getting them. You're combining them.
Oh, okay. So I'm combining the two articles I read, and I apologize.
Right. No, yeah. The Bureau of Land Management, or BLM, and the Fish and Wildlife Service are actually looking to make hunting land, hunting, fishing, camping, all less available. In other words, they're trying to take away and allow for, they call it conservationism, but what it's saying is you can no longer hunt on these public lands. Hunt, fish, camp, anything.
I know which one we're on. I apologize.
It's okay. That's what we're here for.
I sent you both of them, and I was
we'll get to it.
off by both of them. So let me ask you this, Chris, in that article.
Sure.
While you're moving, I'm going to just ask you, and hopefully people join in. Is in reading that article, right? They want to take away land that is hunting, camping, fishing, whatever. So, do we not pay for those things?
That's what they're trying to get at. This is public lands, but this new public lands rule is actually going to take away the people's access to that public lands in the guise of diversity, or not conservation. So they're trying to say, if we stop people from going onto these public lands, we're going to actually conserve the animals and the streams and everything else, because people won't be on there polluting it or taking things from it.
But public land is one of the things where you fish. I mean, probably most of your trout streams are on public land.
That's, yeah.
I mean, there is a bunch that is, I don't want to say it that way, because there's a bunch that is private land.
But we shouldn't have to rely on
and
that.
they allow you to hunt it. But why should I have to rely on permission to do it when there's public land surrounding all around it? So, Chris, let me ask you, because I'm at work, and I read some of the articles, and some of them I just glanced through. Does it state in there that is that including state game lands?
Every public land.
See,
yes.
That's what I thought.
Now,
and that's ridiculous.
But and again, we're not saying that they're taking away all of it, but they're going to be limiting it, and taking away any of it because it's public shouldn't be right. Now, let me ask you something. When you pay into the Game Commission to buy your license, whether it's a fishing license, hunting, trapping, doesn't matter. Part of that, doesn't that go to conservation?
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't that pay for our conservation to this land? Doesn't that pay for us to use the land?
Mm-hmm.
It's absolute horse crap.
Yeah, and they are.
If you want to take money and you want to move over and buy, so let me put it to you this way: if I was the Game Commission, what I would do is I would buy safety zones. That's what I would buy. You want to conserve animals? Buy safety zone areas. Go up to people, and because here's why: you can't hunt a safety zone, right? And one of the two reasons there's a safety zone put in effect. One is safety. Okay, that's number one. Number two is because you're not allowed in the safety zone to push, hunt, or remove an animal in any ways of hunting means. Okay, so why would you not use that to your advantage? Like, that would be smart.
Well, they already have places like that, like parts of.
I got to get a charger. You keep talking. I got to get a charger.
Okay, like parts of Yellowstone and other national parks, you're not allowed to hunt on because they're already saved for conservation, or they're restricted to public travel only, where you can walk around it, but you can't hunt, fish, and trap or anything else on it. So this is already part of some of the laws and some of the national parks that are out there. But taking away already established, I mean, if you look around here, we're down here in Pine Grove, we used to have a decent amount until most of the public land was sold off for private corporations.
Oh, you're right, 100%.
So we're already losing it hand over fist, and we're already stacking bodies 3-4 deep in some hunting spots. I know I could listen to other people's phone conversations while we were out last year. It's ridiculous, and now they want to take away more. And again, they're gonna. You've never heard of a government giving back power or giving back anything that they've taken. All they do is they'll take and then they'll keep taking until we don't have anything left. So if they can't get a gun ban, well, we'll just make it so you can't hunt, whether it's through those taxes on ammo, or we'll just take away the hunting land and you can't do it anyway. Screw you.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with that 100%. Chris, I'm trying so hard. I have the charger on my phone, and if I drop it the wrong way, I lose it. So hold on.
Yeah. Well, you've lost it in 1936.
Yeah, I did lose it a long time ago. But I mean, it definitely is something that I think people need to be aware of, and something that is out there. And Chris has the article pulled up. If you guys could take the time to read that article, I think that you will find it pretty interesting.
And this was a good point here. It's not just the hunter that it's affecting. It's all, like, even if you want to go as big as Cabela's or the mom and pops outfitters or the guide services or anything similar. If you limit the amount of people that are going to be hunting, trapping, fishing, and so on, those businesses are going to suffer too. It's
Absolutely. I think the businesses are going to suffer. I think the people are going to suffer. I mean, what if you're one of them? What if you're, and when I say this, I'm just joking, but what if you're a fitness geek? Like, what if you're one of them people who want to just spend them out and hiking, and you don't care if you ever hunt, fish, or do any of those things? You just love to hike, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you're taking it away from that person too. I mean, you know,
well, I think it was just the, I don't know. I'll have to check to see on.
It's not, and I'll tell you why. If I read the article correctly, it's not. And the reason I say that is, you know, basically it's conserve the wildlife, which means take away littering. They're trying to eliminate littering, people on it so that the animals stay. And I'm going to go back every time that they should purchase a safety zone.
Again, they already have those kinds of things. But yeah, like all the taxidermists, all of the guide services, these people are going to go out of business because there's no one left to, or there's fewer, I should say, customers to go around. There's fewer places to hunt, fish, or anything. Because, I mean, I'm sure Skip has more than one or two trout mounted.
Oh, definitely.
And if he's not allowed to go to, like, what was, like the dam where you guys go to, I don't know if that's public or private.
Yeah, that's public. That's completely public.
And what if they tell you can't go there anymore?
And there's people that complain we fish there, and there's people that think it's great. I mean, that's the problem with people. Nobody ever agrees.
But yeah, they could, if this goes through and they tell you can't go there anymore, well, that's just, it's not right. I mean, we've already paid for it. What then don't take my taxes if I don't have access to it.
And don't charge me for a hunting license either.
Exactly.
Because I don't want to hear, well, you still have some. I don't want to hear that crap. Because what if it's the one I don't hunt? What if it's the one I don't use? That's unacceptable to me.
Yeah. Here they actually said it out loud. This is, we believe, a maneuver by the Biden administration to end hunting practices in America as a way to make people more dependent on the government for food.
Well, that's exactly what it is, Chris. Every time they take something away, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Their goal, listen, the government's goal, and I'm sorry, any outdoorsman I think will agree with this, but the government's goal is to eliminate us from being self-sufficient. So listen, in that, let's go right into the next one because I think they just fit together.
All right. Give me one second to do what I do.
So the Biden administration is attempting to take outdoor activities out of schools. So I'm going to go right back to they're doing everything they can to try and eliminate us from being self-sufficient. The government wants us to be 100% dependent on them. They do not want us to be able to survive without them. At this point, I'm going to, at some point, they want to be Adolf Hitler. Call me a jerk, what you will. It's fine. It's just my opinion, and it doesn't mean you have to agree. But you know, they want to take archery out of schools.
And
I can't even comprehend. Do you know how many kids right now shoot in the archery program and do really well on it? It's not the same bow as hunting. It's just a program. It's a sport they love to do.
Juliet does it. I just bought her that bow for her birthday.
I mean, how devastated, Chris, and I just use your daughter as an example, but how devastated would your daughter be if they took that out of school?
Mm-hmm. I remember when we went to school, we actually had the guns in our cars.
Yeah, when I went to school, I had the gun rack in the back and the guns hanging in the back.
We were able to bring them in for show and tell. Like, oh, we're doing we're going out hunting this week, so here's what we use.
I don't remember that. I can tell you I remember them hanging in. You're a little older than me, but I remember them hanging in my vehicle on school property.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, they brought them in. They brought in bows. They brought in their shotguns, their rifles, because we weren't batshit crazy.
Well, so, I mean, as much as I'm against everything they're doing, I have to say we have to thank society as well. Society is, society decided to say, hey, watch this. I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to threaten somebody at school with a gun. Well, guess what? Once that happens, guns are out of school. Guys, if you just me now, once you get me going, you can't stop. So if you go fishing, all right, let me explain something to you. I'm going to explain this to everybody. If you go fishing and you litter, and there's 10 people that fish the same private property, right? Do you think they're only going to kick out the litterer? No, because they don't know who's littering. All 10 people lose the permission. Stop being dumb.
Now, they said they want to stop these programs like archery or the hunter safety course or anything similar.
Yeah, why? Why would you want to stop that?
Because it supposedly brings in dangerous weapons or things that could be considered
dumbest crap I've ever heard.
A weapon. Now, let me ask you. You've done wood shop, and I've seen your stuff. It was actually pretty good. Couldn't you just as easily kill somebody with a hammer or a saw blade?
Listen, Chris, if I wanted to do what they do, I could stab them with a pencil.
I've been stabbed with a pencil.
Like, I don't mean it mean. So what are we going to do? Go to rubber pencils now? I mean, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It is not the hunting. It is not the archery training centers. It is not. It is the people. Start raising your children differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is the people. I'm sorry. People get mad at me all they want. It is the people. Start raising your children differently. Stop teaching your kids it's okay to do whatever they want. Take your hand, give a good crack in the ass when they do something wrong, and start moving forward in life. Because too many of you people are going, you know what, buddy? It's okay. No. You ever watch, see, I'm on a roll now. You ever watch a kid in sports? And the kid's horrible at the sport, right? And I'm not being mean. There's just kids that are that way. It's either their first year. My son's there right now, okay? It's his first year of football. And he's horrible at it. Why? He's new to the sport. Not because I'm making fun of him, not for any reason. He never did it, right? So now if my son comes home and he says, Dad, how'd I do today? And I'm like, yeah, give me 5, buddy. You're awesome. You suck. I love when you suck. How does that help somebody? It doesn't. Nobody has. Now, again, I'm going to use this word. So it's constructive, not criticism, constructive criticism. Mm-hmm. Nobody takes and says, buddy, listen, like this is what that's what I do. I said, buddy, listen, you had a rough day, man. Like Dad's not going to yell you or anything. It's over a sport, but you got to pay attention to practice. You look like you didn't even know what you're doing. I'm glad you got in. I enjoy watching you, but buddy, if you want to play more, I said, how's it feel to play? Oh, Dad, it was really good. I said, I know. So if you want to do that more, you got to pay attention. Like people don't do that anymore, Chris. And it's the same with taking stuff to school and these archery, of course. So a kid brings a knife to school. Chris, a kid could take a plastic butter knife.
Mm-hmm.
You're not stopping them. No.
Like you said, I was stabbed with a pencil. I was stabbed with a pencil.
So let me ask something, Chris. We take all this away. Now you're gonna laugh at this one, but I'm gonna throw it at you. We take all this away. We now have metal detectors all through the schools, right? And a kid takes a plastic butter knife to school to stab somebody, sharpens the end of it, makes a point. So now I'm gonna ask you, what did anything do to change it?
And in fact, in the Tamaqua area school district, they did that kind of same thing where they banned metal utensils, and they only gave plastic. Well, the kids, they attacked somebody with a broom handle. They snapped off a broom handle and they were fighting with it. It's the people. It's not the items.
Yep. Yep. It's sad to me that this is how that our government and our people think that we can take away things that are important. And listen, Chris, I'm going to shoot you straight. If I had, and I'll say this again, this is live. Anybody can watch this video. If I had to choose between my kids going to school and learning how to live off the land sufficiently by themselves, school's not, I wouldn't pick school. Do I think my kids need school to make money? Yes. Do I think my kids need school to have a good education and survive? Yes. Would I ever want to take it away? No. But don't put me in a position where I have to choose. Because if I die tomorrow, I want my kids to be able to survive. So taking these outdoor, Chris, the other day I asked my daughter, so I'm going to throw this out. We're talking about taking school activities away because of danger, right? I said, honey, you're really good at cooking and you're really good at, I said, you like sewing and stuff. Why don't you go to school and take home economics? You know what she said? They don't have that stuff in school no more. Like, what do you mean? That was like when I went to school, those things were awesome. They taught you how to, they gave you $20 and you have $20 to make this meal. I need a meal that contains this, this, and this. Figure it out. Drove you to the store and gave you $20. I don't understand. So you're telling me, don't laugh at me, but you're telling me that my kid, your kid, or our kid goes to school and figures out pi equals square 0.3.9 times 675 minus 4 plus 2 by negative 6 with the square root of 940 you're going to use instead of over thread, needle, archery. I mean, cooking.
Well,
Tell me, Chris, how is that possible?
It's even worse these days because now they don't let them take books home. You're not allowed to take a book home to read it. And they give them paperwork, and I swear to God, this paper was supposed to be on the U.S. Constitution, and they were supposed to answer questions using that paper. It was about a 5th grade field trip where they had to write the 22nd Amendment. It had nothing to do with what anything was asking about. And that's all it did, is it described that field trip. It didn't talk about the Constitution, what it is, who wrote it, why it was written, nothing like that. And these schools these days they're failing. They're failing hard. They're failing hard,
100%. But again, Chris, so is our society and so is our government.
Well, it's all built together.
I'm gonna. I know we're at our 44-minute mark here, but I'm gonna throw this out there, right? So, if we don't come together, if we do not come together as outdoor men and women, I do not care if you hunt with a crossbow or you hunt with a bow. I don't care if you hunt with a 6.5 Creedmoor or a 17 HMR. I don't care if you hunt groundhogs or pick mushrooms. If we do not come together, if we do not become one and stop the arguing amongst ourselves, the outdoorsmen, the hunters, if that doesn't go away, we do not stand a chance to keep the Constitution where it needs to be. We have the right to bear arms. We have our freedom. I mean, I don't know if you ever watch one of these sites, Chris. So I'm going to use a predator site, for example, right? You get these new people that come in a predator hunt, okay? And I'm a new person into it. I love to do it, but I'm still very new into it. So these people will post up, hey, what call did you use? Well, here comes another stupid F that shouldn't be in the woods. Here comes another dumb. I mean, what is wrong with people?
Yeah.
These people are asking you for your help.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming to you trying to get better at something. So what? Because you killed 37 coyotes in 2 weeks, you're better than that guy? Dude, you ain't better than nobody to me. You want to be better? Be a better human being. Be a better person. Take 5 minutes and read the Bible. Read what the Bible tells you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So you're telling me if you didn't know and you were new in it, somebody didn't help you because you're lying? 9 out of 10 of you are lying. Someone led you. Someone steered you the right way. You got new people involved in stuff. Guys, listen. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Here, Big Sexy Outdoors, Chris, myself, Skip, anybody through here, anybody that's a part of this. If you need help and you're not unsure or sure on how to do something and you are unsure and we can help you, you reach to us. We are not those people.
Yeah. And if I don't know or he doesn't know, we'll direct you someone who does.
I will definitely
people that,
keep going, Chris. I agree 110.
no, that's yeah. I was just saying we have enough people that know what they're doing. If we don't know something about it, we can get you to somebody that does.
We have some connections. I'm not telling you we are huge and have 18 billion connections, but we have some great people in our life. And one of those people is God. And if you're struggling, one great thing we have at BSO, Chris will 100% agree to this, is we have pastors involved with BSO. You're struggling, dude, in your life. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I'm reading all this stuff about the Biden administration and what they want to do to our land. I don't know about you guys, but God gave us that land. That's ours. And you hit a point where, you know, I'm going to shoot it straight, right? I'm going to turn this from talking about hunting and things that are in there. I'm going to turn this into a little bit of God and being a better human. And if you're struggling, right, with your day, say, and I know there's people out there, I posted this on Facebook the other day, and you're struggling with addiction. You're struggling with something going on. You're struggling with waking up in the morning. You're depressed, whatever. Dude, you got a friend in Jesus, and you got a friend in BSO. We are not perfect. I say I am a Christian with a trucker's mouth. I throw words like nobody you know, and I'm not proud of it. But I do believe in Christ our Lord, and we all do, right, Chris? And at the end of the day, if you need us, you reach us. I can't always give you the answer. Chris can't always give you the answer. Bill can't always give you the answer. Skip or Dave or any of those guys can't give you the answer, but I'll tell you what we can give you. I can steer you to the right people. We do have pastors here at Big Sexy Outdoors that are members and are a very important part of what we do. And we can steer you in a direction to make your life better and make you make better decisions.
Says, do you hate me if I don't believe? No.
I don't. So guys, listen, I don't hate anybody. I will never hate. You know whose option it is to judge? It's God's. It's not mine. I don't judge you. Chris doesn't judge. None of us judge. So no, I don't
judge you.
I don't hate. Well, yeah, we judge each other. Let's face facts, but we're not judging. We give each other a lot of crap in a day. Dave and I are big ball busters, and Bill and I, and we really bust each other's chops. Skip gets in there, Ren. So yeah, no, I don't hate anybody for not believing, but I do recommend you go back in life and just think at a time that you were going to give up, and so. A little story. All right, you're gonna love this. Somebody just said, "Do I hate you if you don't believe?" I don't, but I'm gonna throw a story at you. So here's a story. I watched this video. This video stated this lady was struggling to eat, and she couldn't make it, couldn't survive, and she kept saying, "Please, Jesus, help me find a way to get food." And she prayed for 3 days. Finally, an atheist was walking by and heard this lady praying this prayer, and this atheist said, I'm going to go buy her food and drop it off. I'm going to show her Jesus isn't real. So I'm going to give you some here. Now listen to this. So the atheist hides in the bushes. The lady's out in the front porch again. She says, Jesus, help me find a way to live. I'm hungry. I need food. This atheist jumps out of the bushes, right? Atheist gives a lady groceries and said, "Ha! I told you Jesus wasn't real." Hands her the bag of food. Lady says, "Oh, Lordy, Lordy, God is good." And he says, "God isn't good. God isn't good. I bought you those groceries." And the lady says it again. "Oh, Lordy, 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 God is good." And he says, How can you say that? I bought you those groceries. God isn't real. I bought those." So she finally says, "Oh, Lordy, Lordy, God is good. And you even got the devil to buy him this time." So just something to think about. I mean, it's not always what we perceive it might be, but he is real. And he is always there. And I thought that was a great story to share. I'm sorry. I seen that story on a TikTok or on a Facebook somewhere, and I thought it was a fantastic story. But no, I don't hate you. I don't hate anybody. But I do offer love and support at any chance we can. And if you have any comments, anything you want to add to anything you've watched today, seen today, our discussions, our arguments. I mean, we don't really argue. We just say what's on our mind and move forward. I want you to comment in the comment sections below. Did not run the Facebook Live today, and I apologize. We ran into some technical difficulties, but Chris will figure it out. So this is on YouTube. I want you to comment underneath, and I want you to throw it in there. I want you to give us your input on these subjects and on what your feelings are towards any of it. And dude, if you guys, anybody watches this and sees that guy with that bear, right? Because I don't know what he was thinking, and I would love to know. You have him contact us. We want to get him on here. Chris and I both said he would be awesome to have on here because he could be thinking something completely different than we were. And it would all make sense then. You know, we don't know. Chris, what do you want to add? I thought this was a great.
Yeah, and I think this can work. I'd like to see more interaction, and I know that people were upset that we can't do it on the Facebook, but I mean,
That's usually our majority of interaction live is on Facebook.
Yeah, that it is what it is. We're here.
Here's the thing, Chris. So it doesn't completely take us away because we can now take this link, share it on Facebook, and still keep people intrigued and involved.
I already do.
So, right. So it's not like people still can't get on and watch and do it. It's, So a lot of our views will come after we're live. I've seen that a million times. Comment on, guys. Again, I got to stress this because Chris interacting a lot tonight is probably my favorite part of our topic tonight. I hate when Chris goes behind the scenes. Chris and I started the podcast. We love having other people on, but for me, we started it, so I love when Chris gets on and is really interacting a part of it. So again, if you have a topic you want to discuss, if there's something you're trying to get an answer on, maybe we can help you with. We'll share with everybody because with something, if you don't know, who else doesn't? If there's any discussion, anything cool, anything, reach out to us and we will incorporate it somewhere along our Monday night lives.
Send it to Ben at BigSexyOutdoors.com.
Oh, there you go. At Ben at BigSexyOutdoors.com. You can't get any clearer than that. And let's do it. Like let's start getting involved with each other. I think that's the end. God, that sounded weird. But that is what I'm after. And I think, Chris, on that note, we just end right here because I think it ended really good.
Yep.
Again, we have pastors. If anybody out there needs anything, we have pastors involved with BSO, and we'd love to send you their way.
All right.
God bless, man. We love you. Have a great day. Do not forget to go purchase Gun Hunting board game. All right. Don't forget. We all know you want it. Just get it over with. All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.